makeup. Excuse me? No. No. I woke up like this.
I'm calling, yeah, maybe I'm selfish. I want you to myself, I can't help it. All mine, yeah, maybe I'm selfish. You're my ladies, and I can't. Maybe I'm selfish. I want you to myself, I can't help it. Be with no one, but me, baby. Come on. To my thick chicks down in Texas, all the way to New Orleans, where the girls cook catfish. And in LA, every chick's an actress. Hollywood status with the shaded glasses. To Detroit, yeah, the place that I rest, where the ladies got asses and la sex. And hot Atlanta, y'all, is one of the best, where they speak southern slang and smoke la cess. And New York women are way too fresh. Too much on your mind, let me ease that stress. I wish you all were mine, it's so selfish. Maybe I'm feeling myself too much, I guess. But to my ladies all across the globe, in small towns that I don't even know, to all local international codes, whether you see me in street.
Hi everyone. Okay, so there are a few things you want to do when you're doing easy makeup for every day at this age. So the first thing you're going to start out with, which I've already done, we don't need to waste time on camera, is hydrate your skin. Make sure that you've cleansed, if you do in the morning, some people don't, and you certainly don't have to. I have cleansed my face, added my Neutralizer Hydro Boost, which is a big dose of hyaluronic acid, and then I applied my favorite sunscreen. Both of those items are linked in my last glowy makeup video, so you can check them out there. Next, you're going to do foundation. In my last video, it was in the height of summertime, and I used the Your Skin But Better CC cream by It Cosmetics. That shade no longer works with my skin. Not that I go in the sun a whole lot. I try to stay out of it as much as possible. But naturally, I just have the type of skin that picks up color regardless. So I have brightened up a little bit, or lightened up, I should say. So today I'm gonna use a drugstore favorite. It's a little messy, excuse me. This is the Maybelline Superstay. This I love. It's a 24-hour foundation. I think it's like $10. And I'll link it below. I'll link everything for you. I'm gonna use Walmart or Amazon links, whichever you prefer. And anyway, let's get started. So you do not need a ton of this. Again, when you're applying makeup to mature skin, you don't want to load on your foundation. So I like to put it on the side of my hand. This is maybe, I'm gonna say a half a pea size on that. Now, if you're like me, I'm kind of in between colors. So I also have this other Maybelline, which is the Dewy and Smooth Fit Me. This shade is in Buff Beige. This is the shade that I'll use in the wintertime. I'm gonna dabble tiny little, maybe quarter pea size of this on there just to lighten up this Superstay, because this one is in a Sun Beige. That is number 310. That is a little dark for me, but not really. If you can see my face, it's a little lighter than my body. So I'm gonna mix these two together, and I like to use my finger for applying foundation. This is a tip I picked up watching Wayne Goss, G-O-S-S, I hope I'm saying that right, and he gives the best tips, and he always makes sure, he's one YouTuber who always makes sure to include modifications for people over 40, mature skin. Because ladies, as we age, our skin changes. You've heard me say it before. Don't wear your hair or makeup like you did in high school. It's not going to give you the best results, I should say. Or the same, I guess I could stick, it's not going to give you the same results that you got in high school. So that very little amount on hydrated skin goes a long way. And I believe that is the key to being able to use a very little amount of foundation. My hair looks a little crazy, it's actually done. I blew it out and curled it, but I put this little crazy little phone cord ponytail holder of my daughter's, and whoops, I have a new decoration. I'm really doing this whole space over, and I just hit it with my, got a clean wet washcloth and a clean hand towel in my lap. This is my first time doing makeup at a vanity. Actually, I'm gonna take the clean wet washcloth and get the foundation off of my lips because you don't want that look. Okay, so I've applied just my foundation. Now I'm gonna come in with some concealer. This is the Garnier Clearly Bright Anti-Dark Circle Roller, which I love because it's super hydrating. I actually do use the little roller ball, and I don't know what's in it, but that initial application, my eyes kind of water. I also like to put a little bit around my nose and just a little at the center here and some up here. Remember, you can highlight certain dark areas of your face and it will bring them forward, not give you that older, sunken in look. So that's what this concealer is doing. Okay, so because I'm talking, it seems like it's taking me longer than it really does. So this is like a pre-rub-in that I do. I kind of do it like this, but I also let it sit for a minute, and I'll show you what I do after that. Always around my nose. I have that yucky melasma mustache on this side of my face. I've noticed it's been kind of warm where we are, and the past few days, you know, I've talked about this before, I walk 3 miles every morning. It takes me about an hour, maybe it's like 3¼ miles, and I feel like this is darkened up. It was getting super light and I was getting so happy, but I think just because of the recent warm weather, the sun's been a little stronger and it's kind of showing up again. So you can see I've highlighted all the areas. I do like to come in with this just a little bit to make sure it's blended everywhere, because sometimes if I look closely, I can see that it's a little spotty, so this is nicer blending. I don't apply with these. I don't know, I kind of feel like they take up the product and you don't get the product on your face. A lot of it winds up on the sponge. That's just kind of how I feel about it. Okay, and in my other makeup tutorials, I've never done my eyebrows on camera. I just thought it was kind of boring or whatever, but I'll show you how you do them. This is the $1 Billion Brows. I will link this as well. It's called the Universal Brow Pencil. Universal meaning this color apparently works with all hair colors. So I was kind of hesitant, but I really, really like it. I also do use as well the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. What color do I use? Deep brown. Is that right? Yeah, deep brown. This is $2. So keep that in mind. That's one I keep in my purse because sometimes, have you ever been out? I've been out and it's a little sweaty or something, or I do this and I'm like, just took part of my brow off. I'll be back. So I like to keep one in my makeup bag as well. So I just come in and I comb them up. I comb everything up with the little spoolie end of things and make sure they look neat in that respect. Then I come in and I always start at the outer corner and go out, and I start at the bottom. So just kind of coming in underneath, as you can see, and making an even line straight across. Then I go to the front and I draw a straight line right here. And then I go across again over the top this time and just kind of fill in where I see that it can use it. And I fill in on the sides and then down over there. That's it. That's my brow. I'm gonna do it again on the other side so you can see. And I make mistakes. I just went a little low. You can clean that up with a Q-tip later. Which reminds me, I'll probably have to make sure I have a good stock of Q-tips out here. And what do they say? Eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Very true. I noticed that this eyebrow sometimes is a little lower. I think it's just my natural asymmetrical face. We all have an asymmetrical face and body. Sometimes I notice it more in the mirror. There's a word for that. I forget what it is. But so I kind of make this arch over here a little higher to even that out. It has worked. So that's it. My brows are filled in. They don't have to be perfect, just filled in, because a filled in brow does offer a little youth. Okay, so we've done foundation, little highlight, and filled in our brows. Next, I'm gonna put a base coat of, I like to use a very light all over eyeshadow. This again is the Positive in the Matte by Lancome, just because I have it. Most eyeshadow palettes do include just a very light, kind of almost neutral base color that you can put, and I put it all the way over my lid entirely, just so that when I apply the color, I know that I am starting out with an even canvas, and it gets rid of any oils. You can also use, and I should have brought it out here, I have an e.l.f. eyelid primer. That's pretty cheap as well. I can link it below. I can't remember how much it is. I bought it a while ago. You can use that as well. I just really like to use, I drag my concealer fingers over my lids and then hit it with a neutral shadow. That's just how I do it. Okay, so I want to show you how to lift your eyes again. And I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. I want to make this video user friendly. I know that when I first started going on YouTube, because I was doing my makeup probably even 2 years ago, basically how I had always done it in high school and in college, and I was finding that well, I'll tell you this, I was finding that the younger girls looked so cute, and they all looked like, I'm like, are they all professional makeup artists? No, they're not. They've been watching tutorials and picked up on all of the tips, and their makeup looked fantastic. So I thought, well, I'm super into makeup. I love makeup. I wear it every day. I'm sure I can pick up some tips as well. So I started watching tutorials. Well, I was watching tutorials for young people. Don't do that. So this is going to be a tutorial, as you know, for mature skin, people over 40, over 45. I'm going to be 49 in like 6 weeks. So I'm 1 year away from 50. And I definitely cannot do the tutorials that the younger girls do that are all over the place on YouTube. So this is for you, 40 and up, or even younger. Okay, I'm still using that Revolution palette. I'm gonna come in very lightly, because this is highly pigmented, into this brown color, and it's number 9. I think I used this last time. This is the brush I'm using, and I'm just dipping the top. This had a lot of fallout. I'm actually in the market for a new palette. I've heard that the Wet n Wild, can't remember the name of it, palette, but I'll link it, because I've heard, I'll look it up for you. I want to get it. I'll probably get it this weekend. So next tutorial, I'll probably be using that. Has great colors. So let's go in with this number 9, and we're gonna lift. So I'm gonna put some color here and here, not hanging it down here. Some people put a credit card here. You can certainly do that. I just clean it up with concealer. So dotting it on this part and all the way up, and then dragging it across with this eyeshadow brush. Now, when I was in high school, and up until 2 years ago, I'm not kidding you, I used my fingers to apply eyeshadow. Am I the only one? Didn't we all use our fingers? I don't know. Now, I'm not saying I'm as good as a trained makeup artist by any stretch, but I can do my makeup for every day. So I figured it all out just by watching tutorials. But I'm trying to make this user-friendly for most people. So you see that I have started at the corner, dragged over the upper lid, and just went back and forth to get a good blend. I like to go high, see how high I go, and I'm using very little product. I'll even go back over here and drag it a little higher. So you can see on both eyes, I've done that. Concentrating on the corner. I went completely over the lid up here, completely over the lid up here, but I concentrated on the corner of the lid on each side. You could see it really good there. See that? That's how I was going the stroke of the brush. Okay? Just like this. And like this. That's it. Now, looking in this mirror, it looks good. I see that I went a little over. I can clean that up at the end. Okay? Next, I kind of like to put a little bit of a shimmery or lighter color, just like right there. And I'm gonna try this little yellowy color. This is number 11 from this palette. This is the Reloaded Neutrals number 3. I'm taking this brush because it's kind of smaller, and I'm just dabbing it right here. Just a lighter color that reflects the light. See that? Don't need it, but I'm doing it. I think that's pretty. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's it for the shadow. You didn't even need to do that second step. Just a little bit dragged over, starting at the corner and back and forth. That's an easy brush stroke that anyone can do. You're talking to someone who used to do this with their fingers. So I'm trying to keep this easy for you. Now, I'm gonna clean up the sides because that lifts everything. Remember the lifting, we want everything lifted. So this is my Instant Age Rewind. Couple spins. I like to do a couple dots up the side. The reason why I don't use my Garnier for this is because that's very moisturizing, which I love, but so moisturizing that I can't quite keep it just in the spot I want to keep it in. Now, this is a situation where I use my beauty blender. You can also use your finger if you don't have one. And I just kind of clean it up. See how it's straight up now? Same over here. Just clean it up. Look at that. Wow, that really cleaned up well. Love it. Do you see how it's going like that? That's what you want. Oh no, did I get makeup on my beautiful vanity here? Okay. Now, next, this is what I do. You can go in whatever order you like. I put my mascara on now. This is Surfer Curl by Tarte C Surfer Curl. I got this in Ipsy. That's why I'm using it. I use whatever I get from Ipsy, and I'm not particular to any mascara. There are some good ones. You can get a good drugstore one. Years ago, I used to use the L'Oreal. I can't remember the name of it, but they have really good. Of any drugstore, I always like the L'Oreal mascaras. Last tutorial, I was using the the Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions. This is still a good tube. It hasn't expired. I kind of got sick, and I think I mentioned this in my last video. I kind of got sick of the little fibers falling all over my face. It's one of those kind of mascaras, and you know, sometimes that can wear on your nerves, but this one is pretty good itself. Again, it is the Tarte C Surfer Curl. Now, for the bottom, you can skip it, or for me, I just, in the corners, do that. Just to define them. Listen, when you get older, your lashes are no longer as defined, your eyes start to disappear, your brows, all of this has to be filled in, but you can do it very quickly. It's taking me forever. It says 18 minutes and 50 seconds because I'm talking. If I wasn't talking, we would be almost done. The eyeshadow, I would say, is the longest. Now, I'm still using this butter bronzer. I believed I used it in the, oh, my ring light's showing up, isn't it? Last tutorial. It is Deep Bronzer. That's the color. Butter bronzer and deep bronzer. Physician's Formula. And this will be linked below as well. Now, I have a new way to do this that I love. This is an old e.l.f. brush. And it's the ultimate blending brush. I want to read it because I want you to get the right one. Ultimate blending brush. I love it for my bronzer. So I'm dotting on here, and watch this sweeping. See how I'm going up? Almost like the Nike swoosh. I have found, and you'll see why, that method works really well for me. The Nike swoosh. You know I'm gonna make my weird makeup faces. So it's just under my cheekbone on each side. Then I like to come in and make that forehead a little smaller, as well as give myself a bronzy glow. I I feel like for me, and then I also just outline my jaw with this and get my neck. I feel like my cheekbones pop when I do that, and I'm gonna clean them up. They're a little crazy right now. I also take this brush here, any small brush, this is by Farrah that you can get. I dip it into my bronzer and I come down each side of my nose to slim my nose down. Not that it's super big, but I like doing that. And then under here, just to make my nose look a little smaller. This does work, sides and under. And then I just dab a little bronzer onto my eyeshadow. Next, I take my highlighting brush. This is what I use for highlighting. What highlighter did I bring out here? Okay, I brought my Nomad Cosmetics palette. It's a bronzing palette, but it has highlight in it as well. I'm getting used to this setup, so it might look a little funny for right now. This is kind of like a test tutorial. Anyway, I like to go down my nose. I want it to look thin. I like to emphasize the tip. Now, if you have an upturned nose, you might not want to emphasize the tip. I just watched a whole highlighting tutorial by my boy Wayne Goss, and he said that not everyone is flattered by that. But if you are, do it like this. If you have kind of an upturned nose, I would maybe avoid that. Then, this is super key to people in our age group, because you know we're friends here and everyone here is probably 45. No, I did note that a lot of my viewers are my age. So I normally would do a big sweeping highlight right here, but you know, because of my age, I have, you know, some under eye things going on here, and this could be a little deeper than the rest of my face. So he recommended staying away from that, keeping it high. So that's what I'm doing. I'm keeping it right here, just on that bone. And I think that is gonna be to my benefit. Just right here. Not getting involved anywhere up here where my under eye is. See that? Still highlighted very well, but it's not here. And it's funny because I have seen times where I've gotten too much highlighter and it comes into here and it emphasizes all those wrinkles and it's not good. Okay, and then a little on that Cupid's bow because that also looks cute. He did mention also on the chin, so let's try a little on the chin. What do you think? We'll see after we're all blended and it's all put together. Okay, then I'm gonna take, this is also from Ipsy, it's called Desert Sunset. It's a matte blush, and it's by, the brand is Pacifica. And I'm just gonna use the blush portion of this today. I'm gonna take my blush brush, dip it in here, and just smile and sweep it across there, little dot there, that's it. I have so much bronzer on, I prefer to use that really as my blush. I didn't bring my brush out, that's why I'm getting a little bit clumped. I'm gonna be right back. Okay. I had to go get this thing. This is my fluffy e.l.f. brush. I believe it's just like a powder brush, but I use it to blend everything because I did so many. I did the sweeping bronzer, I did a highlight, I did some blush. You don't want all that to sit in the different parts. You want it to sort of blend, and that's what this is good for. Okay, looking good. All right, next I'm going to take my Coty Airspun, and this is sort of the way I use the puff it comes with, and I cut in and I do a little bit of a contour just using that. See that? Just like that. Hopefully that showed up for you. You can see. And then I just kind of dab where I know I tend to get oily. Sides of the nose, above my eyebrows, and that. Okay, we are almost done. If it seems like a lot of makeup, I can tell you this. It's been about 20 minutes, not even, and it's because I'm talking that it's taking me so long, but really, it's not that much and it's not that long, I promise you. All right, so let's do some eyeliner. Do eyeliner and lips, and then we're done. I'm gonna show you how I do my eyeliner. You're gonna go to the very last lash on top and draw a line straight up, okay? I think I showed you a little bit of this last time, so let me do it again. There's the very last lash on top. I drew a line straight, see that? Now I'm gonna do a little kind of a triangle down from there, see? And they'll go right across the top. See how that looks? And sometimes you have to go back in and just clean it up. But look at that. Doesn't that look good? It's not this huge sweeping cat eye, or it's not making your eye go down. At this age, and for me in particular, my eyes want to go, I told my husband I have Kermit eyes, kind of those sad eyes. So this helps lift. We're always lifting, lift, 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 okay? So the other side. Coming in across again. How's that look? Lifted, right? We can clean it up or make it a little deeper. And there it is. I can tell you something. I've had LASIK surgery and my right eye is my dominant eye and I can see distance with it. Because I'm not super up close right now, when I shut my right eye, it was hard for me to see. So I wasn't as fantastic. I'm gonna lean forward and kind of clean this up. So they only LASIK'd one eye for me. And I'm glad they did that because now this eye sees up close and this eye sees distance. So I'll never need bifocals, which at this point I definitely would have needed them. So then I kind of assess because again, I have one eye bigger than the other. This eye tends to be a little bigger and I adjust my eyeliner accordingly. It kind of evens them out in my opinion. Okay, next I take my waterline liner. Today I'm going to use Scandalized by Rimmel in 001 Black. And you know from my previous videos, I like to line my waterline. Again, you can skip this step. You can skip eyeliner altogether. I don't recommend skipping mascara ever. It does lift and open up the eye. You know, I'm just one of those people that I look better with heavily lined eyes. It's just how it is. But honestly, I'll be happy if you leave this video with some tips that work for you. Not my entire routine. This is my routine. I go heavy on the bronzer. I have olive skin tone. I need a little brightening. In fact, right now I could put a little bit more blush there for that reason. I get jealous of my Scandinavian type skin friends who always have a cute pink glow to their face, don't need a lot of foundation, maybe just a tiny bit concealer in some spots. That's never been me. I've always had to put color back into my face using blush, bronzer, always had to even out my skin tone using foundation. But then those friends were envious of the way my son looked kind of tan all the time. So we are given what we're given and we can work with it. All right, so everything is done on my face. Last but not least, I'm going to add my lip color. Since I just used the Rimmel Exaggerate under my eyes, or I'm sorry, as an eyeliner on the waterline, I'm gonna use my Rimmel Exaggerate Addiction. I think I told you about this. love, love, love this lip liner. Here's a tip. They definitely sell it at Walgreens. Not all stores carry it. But if you're in Walgreens, look for it, and if you see it, get at least 2, because they're always out of it. I'm telling you, it's a cult favorite. All right, I'm an overliner. Don't get upset. This is what I do. Ready? I start at the bottom. I love this color. Then I go to the top. I try and only overline in the very center of my lips, upper and lower. My husband's hanging Christmas decorations. It's a beautiful day. Today's Veterans Day, and thank you for your service. If you're a veteran, I know you're not supposed to say Happy Veterans Day. But he's playing Christmas music, which is so weird because we've had this heat wave, and it's just, I don't know, it's odd. I'm, again, outside of Buffalo, New York, where we get snow and blizzards and all that stuff, and it's been warm. It was 77 yesterday. All right, let me finish. So my window's open and I'm listening to Christmas songs, and I'm wearing a tube top, and I'm completely fine getting a little breeze. Crazy. But the big reminder that it's the time of year it is someone shuts the lights off about 4:40 every day outside. And that is the reminder that it is no longer summer. Okay, my lips are lined. You can see I went over here and over there. And as well as that highlighter on the top makes them look drawn up. Now I found, with the masks, we know that our lipstick comes off. It's so annoying. Revlon has a ColorStay Ultimate, and I will link this as well. I found a pretty sparkly color. It's called Buffest Beige. Buffest Beige. The reason I like it is because it's almost glossy because of the glitter inside of it, which, you know, it's difficult to use a gloss with a mask. It's almost impossible, let's say. So this gives you the fake glossy look, but with the ColorStay technology, if you will. Love it. See how it looks glossy? But in a couple seconds, after I load it on, because I'm getting so excited, it's gonna dry. All right, girls, ladies, women, guys, whoever's watching me, this is my final look, and I feel like I need a little more bronzer. Sometimes, let's see. All right, back into the butter bronzer. Just a little bit. Don't forget, I use it as a blush. Much better. Okay, this is my final look. It's night and day. I'm a makeup person, and you can see why. So, I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. I hope this setup works. Let me know in the comments down below if you like this setup. If it's too far away, let me know as well. I can work on something else. And I hope you enjoy this. I hope you see how you can change your entire look with makeup. You can fill in those cheekbones just with some good highlighter. Your eyes can lift, look, no more Kermit eyes. And you can just tweak yourself a little bit here and there with makeup. I hope you don't think it took too long. I'm planning on doing a series of these videos. Let me know what you'd like to see. Do you want to see a workday makeup routine, an 8-minute makeup routine, or I don't know, skincare video? I can show you how I take care of my skin. You let me know in the comments down below. I know you all love my Walmart videos, but there's only so much fashion at Walmart. I have to break it up with some other content. But let me know what you want to see. Do you want me to do Target videos? I've not done a Target video. I'm kind of a Walmart girl. Based on the fact that the bargains are just too hard to match, I don't think Target's going to be able to do it. But I'll do whatever you want. Let me know in the comments down below. Please share this video if you liked it. Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications, subscribe to my channel, and please share it with your friends. Thanks for spending time with me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.